Hello there!
Hello?
What's that?
I'm Arthur,
I'm a sexy dinosaur. Rawr.
and at my side, I don't know which, Kamui plays.
Sonic's the name, speed's my game.
Hello.
And at the other side, Revolt!
Hi.
Cause fuck it.
Sorry.
Okay, we are tired once again, but this time we are not sick, so we are doing this shit for you. Cause you are all breathtaking.
We're not sick yet.
Yeah.
But we can change that.
But we, just 1 second, gonna get the flu. Okay, for this podcast, we're gonna talk a little about, whatever. Fuck this.
Talk a little.
Talk a little about some retro fighting games.
Hiya!
And this time Revolt will get the joke because I wrote Sotorito Fighter.
Yeah, in the Brazilian version, he didn't understand that it was Street Fighter
I know. My Japanese is okay now.
because it was in English.
It was on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Dude, stop talking like Batman, please.
No, I'm Batman.
I'm Christian Bale.
Sotorito Fighter.
Hiya!
Okay, so yeah, Street Fighter, the first one, is not the first fighting game, but it is the first franchise, the first big fighting game franchise. And we know that Kamui loves it because he loves a lot of shitty games. And I'm not really saying that Street Fighter is a shitty game,
It is.
but it is.
Just Street Fighter 1.
Yeah, the first one. The first one.
It's a fucking
Okay.
shit game.
But yeah, although Street Fighter 1 did brought some revolutions at the time, because it was a very experimental era of technology.
Yes.
And Street Fighter did introduce us to some kind of arcadey genre stuff, whatever. But the real change, the real meat, evolution, revolution, and whatever evolution you wanna call it, it's Sotorito Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, where we got the combo system that was originally a bug on the game, where players that were fast enough, they could chain a movement after movement after movement, and that's a combo.
Yeah. Basically, they invented the combo.
Yep, by accident.
By accident. Yeah.
It happens. But also the second Street Fighter was the one that where Capcom started getting a little crazy with a lot of alternative versions, like Turbo, Alpha, Delta, Champions, Omega,
World Champion.
World Champion,
Yes,
World Tour,
Potato.
whatever, Scrabble. And yeah, around that time, the Street Fighter 2 got really well on sales.
Yes.
It sold a lot, and popularized the genre. So another companies start to taking some notes and start to making their own fighting games, and that's where it came. Some kind of an underdog at the time, and it's SNK with its Art of Fighting and Fatal Fury. Although these games didn't make such a splash, their crossover did. And that crossover is Ingo Obuzo Fightazu.
King of Fighters, guys. King of Fighters. Arthur is drunk.
Yes.
Yes.
I wish I would.
He's trying to speak English.
English
He is trying to speak English, Japanese.
as a Japanese. Okay,
With
so yeah,
Batman voice.
with throat cancer. But okay, so around the time we had these franchises that was they were the beginning, but then in the 90s, Sega released the first 3D fighting game, and that was the Virtua Fighter. It was a new competitor on the market, and it was a big one, and also was kind of a revolution and evolution on its own way because it was 3D.
Yeah.
We didn't have 3D fighting games with 3D environments.
Yeah, we had like imitating kind of 3D, like the graphics, render, whatever.
They had some parallax effect.
Yeah, but like 3D with polygons and everything, that was the first one.
Yep. So also around that time, since the 3D graphics were kind of the hot take.
Yeah.
At the time, another company, Namco, released the first Tekken, and at the time Namco was just Namco, not Bandai Namco, just Namco. So we had the first Tekken, the first Virtua Fighter, the second or third version of Street Fighter 2, and I don't know how many King of Fighters.
I know it started with
Probably
There's a lot of King of Fighters.
it started
Yeah.
with the King of Fighters 94, but then I don't remember. There are so many games.
Yeah, and so many versions of the same games.
Yeah.
But also SNK had some other franchises. One of them was Samurai Showdown that got a revival.
Thanks
but
God, because it's awesome.
yeah, but we are focusing on the later, the older eras until the PS2 and the original Xbox. Around that, we are not taking on the PlayStation 3 and the 360 right now. We're gonna leave them for another podcast. Okay, in the 90s, Capcom and SNK were the big shots of the fighting genre, and they had a lot and lots of franchises like Street Fighter and Darkstalkers and Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men.
X-Men, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, and
Yeah, SNK, but
SNK.
whatever.
Oh, sorry, we're talking
Yeah,
about
whatever.
Capcom.
Whatever.
Sorry, yes.
Companies, but
Yeah.
whatever. And we had Namco and Sega doing their own thing with 3D stuff, but in being successful. But then we also had some other companies doing their own stuff too. I mean, we had some very strange fighting games at the time, and some others that were really interesting and cool, like BlazBlue and Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear.
That was
Yes.
different from the rest of the big ones. But we also had what became a cult classic and was revived on the Xbox One. That was Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct was a very unique game that didn't sold that much, but was interesting. It was different.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Especially because of the combo system.
yeah, and the soundtrack. The soundtrack,
No, the soundtrack was also
awesome.
good,
It
and the
was-
graphics were different for the time.
and was quite good actually.
Yeah.
But
And then they made that Super Nintendo version that I
that
think
was a port.
almost but I think almost everybody has played that.
yeah, and almost everybody thinks that it's the second Killer Instinct, although it is the same game.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, I think that's it for at least this mention on Killer Instinct, and we kind of go on more on the late 90s, where Street Fighter 3 and its all versions.
Yeah. Because by then we had Street Fighter 3, we had Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3.
World Tour, Championship,
Yeah,
forever.
I mean, Alpha was kind of like a
spin-off.
remake of
Alpha
the...
is kind of a spin-off from Street
Yeah,
Fighter.
but it's kind of Alpha Zero, whatever. It's kind of a remake of the first one.
Okay.
Because then Ryu had the red hair and Ken had the longer
ponytail.
hair and a ponytail, whatever. And then you had Rose and some characters from the first game. That's it. But it was nice. It was a cool spin-off.
I like it.
I like
Street
Alpha
Fighter.
Zero, Alpha, whatever.
The
Yeah.
Alpha series.
Alpha series.
In general.
Yeah.
I think at the late 90s also, since SNK was doing kind
it
of
was.
great.
No, it
with-
was.
But
It
yeah,
still
I
was.
mean, with Samurai Showdown was around the time the only big one fighting games with weapons. I mean swords. But then Namco with Tekken, they had this 3D arena system with combos and stuff, and they say, okay, let's do our own version of sword fighting games, and they brought us the Soul Edge. That was a fine game. It was fun. But then it spawned the sequel that is called Soul Calibur, and Soul Calibur is the famous one.
Yeah. So Calibur is the big thing back in the day when it was released. I remember a lot. Yeah, it was very important, especially the Dreamcast version. I think like sold a lot of Dreamcasts because of that game. Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, it's okay, nice. But just before we enter the PS2 era and we spend some time there, let's just remember that at some point in the 90s, video games had to kind of enter on some kind of agreement on, how would say, age.
Oh,
I mean, it's the ESNB.
yeah.
but,
let me check.
I don't remember.
I think it has a
Rating system. The rating
yeah.
system.
The age
Sorry, we are
stuff.
Brazilians.
No problem.
But okay, because I mean, there was a lot of games that entered and were the reason, but the two flagships for the program, for the system, for the badge that was created were Carmageddon and especially Mortal Kombat. Because okay, Night Trap was there, Doom was there, and were violent games and
ESRB.
ESRB.
Yes. ESRB.
But then Carmageddon was that racing game where you could run over old ladies, and well, Mortal Kombat had fatalities.
Yeah.
Fatalities.
And just to mention, also because of Night Trap.
Yeah,
that
Night Trap had its own
He
contribution.
said that.
Oh,
About
sorry.
Night
Yeah,
Trap
yeah.
and Doom.
Sorry,
And Doom and Duke Nukem and now there's some
Yeah.
crazy games that wanted to be edgy.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, Night Trap, Carmageddon died. But
Oh,
Mortal,
why, right?
but
Because the game was so good.
so good,
But
and
no.
they kind of get censored.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
the Nintendo 64 version.
Yeah, but Mortal Kombat, they turned the table around and monetized the game by the
Based on the
violence.
Yeah.
So they upped the gore system, the violence, and make it a little cartoonish, not to be offensive. Some people might think it is, but
Yeah, but
it
come
generally
on, right?
isn't, and it became a success, man. I mean, Mortal Kombat is awesome. It was awesome at the time. It was not that awesome on the PS2, but we're gonna
when
talk a
they
little about.
Yeah, when they started doing the 3D games.
Yeah, so the 1, 2, and 3 are awesome. Are the Holy Trilogy, the first
Yeah.
Holy Trilogy, and then we got Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon on the PS2.
But after the 1, 2, and 3, they made the
Ultimate Edition
Ultimate.
of the third game.
Ultimate
And
Mortal
the fourth
Kombat.
game is kind of forgotten because it was the first 3D
It's a
Mortal
transition
Kombat.
game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
After
So it was
and it
transition
has
game.
the Mortal Kombat trilogy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, a compilation of games
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
So-
And we had the most beautiful and amazing game from Mortal Kombat. It's Mortal Kombat, the
Mythology Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
Fuck you.
And I remember
Mythology
another
Sub-Zero.
one. Mortal Kombat Mythologies, and that one that you play as Jax.
Special
Goddamn
Forces.
Special Force for
There's
the PS1.
Really?
It's
worse than
Yeah,
Mythologies.
it's an
No,
action
it's not
game,
worse,
like
but it's-
Tomb Raider.
I didn't
No,
even
dude,
knew.
it's a
I
fucking
don't know
game.
what you're-
It's
I didn't even knew that
Really?
shit
I will put
exists.
that on
yeah,
the
I'm
list
gonna show you
for
later.
our next podcast.
Yeah.
But then, Deadly Alliance was the first Mortal Kombat for the PS2. Then we got, I think it was Deception.
Yeah, the last Deception.
No, I know the order, but I don't remember if Deception came first. Then we got Shaolin Monks, because Shaolin Monks is a spin-off.
Yeah, Shaolin
Kinda-
Monks is a good spin-off.
Yeah, it's a nice
I
platform.
don't know.
God damn, man, what the fuck?
It's very good.
This Jack's game is so,
I
so
bought
whatever.
this game.
Yeah,
So
it
whatever.
was sad for everybody.
But well, Deadly Alliance, then Deception. The Deception game, I think it was the one. What the fuck?
I think Shaolin came after.
After.
Deception.
Or maybe between.
Yeah.
I don't
Let me
know.
check.
Deception had the strange, I thought fun, card mini game.
I like Deception.
Yeah.
Beside everything.
It
I like
was the one that brought us the variations of characters, because they had some fighting styles that you could change, and then weapons. There was a category with weapons, and they expanded a little on Armageddon. I don't remember if the Deception was the one that started with stage transitions. I remember that Armageddon already had it.
No, I don't remember.
It's Deception and Shaolin Monk.
Okay.
That's the order.
Yeah, nice. So that's it. Well, then Armageddon, this Deadly Alliance was kind of crappy and killed Liu Kang. Deception, I think he didn't have Liu Kang, but he had nice character designs, but it was not that good of a game.
Deception has a really good thing that is the RPG mode. I really like it. The stories and the RPG, and
Yeah, that they started with the Deadly Alliance.
I only played that Alliance the co-op mode. Never played
Okay.
it.
Well, Armageddon had also a story mode with some RPG mechanics that was crappy.
It has the crypty thing, right?
Yeah, I think the Armageddon was the first one to introduce the crypt.
Yeah.
Not the way we see today on the
What is the
K11.
prototype?
Yeah, but then, well, it didn't sell because it was a shitty game.
Yeah, this one I never played, so I have no idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, Armageddon is the Mortal Kombat with the most characters on the roster, but they kind of feel samey.
Yeah, I remember I saw some videos not a long time ago actually, but it was weird.
Yeah, well,
Didn't seem so bad, but weird, you know?
and well, around that time, Capcom also were going strong with Street Fighter 3 and the Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yes, too.
That was also great hits. But then Namco also was getting his feet on the fighting genre with Tekken, because Tekken was they got Tekken 4 and 5, and Tekken 5 is awesome. I think it's
I never
at least
played,
on the PS2 is the most played fighting games that I played. I don't think that the sentence is right, but well, okay, whatever. And also Soul Calibur 3. That's where the Soul Calibur got stronger. I mean, Soul Calibur 2, we had many versions and many guest
Special
characters.
guests, yeah.
I mean, the
GameCube
GameCube had Link, Xbox
Spawn.
Spawn. I don't remember which
PlayStation,
was.
don't remember. But you know, one
Soul
interesting
Calibur 3?
Soul Calibur 2. One interesting
check
thing
that out.
actually is that Soul Calibur 3 was only released for the PS2. The other ones they had arcade versions.
Yes, that's it.
And I think Soul Calibur 3 was the first one to have the character creation.
Yes, it was.
Stuff.
It was.
I
The Soul
remember
Calibur
that.
4 on PS3, the PS3 was the one that they introduced breaking armor.
Breaking Armor. Ah, okay. Yeah.
But the 3 was the one where you could create your character
own
with
character.
with fighting styles from the characters
From
in
the
the
other
game.
characters and the weapons, and yeah, it was nice. It was a very interesting
very
idea.
fun.
On PS2 we could play with Heihachi. From
Yes, from
Heihachi
Tekken,
from Tekken,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
exactly.
And also Soul Calibur and Tekken, they shared Yoshimitsu because
Yeah.
he's in both games.
Yes, I remember. Yes, true. I think I
that's-
don't have a
yeah,
special guest because it was only
exclusive
for
for
PS2.
PS2.
Yeah,
Let me check anyway, I don't believe you guys.
sure.
Fuck you. Well, SNK they stopped with the King of Fighters 2000,
I
whatever.
think 2002 or 3. I don't remember.
Yeah, because we are gonna stop on the PS2. Okay.
Yes. We
So-
have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah,
fighting
so
games.
many retro games, but they are all coming back on this generation, and we had so many great games on the late stages of the PS3 and the 360. But yeah, the fighting games kind of lay dormant on the beginning of the PS3 and 360, so that's why we are kind of splitting it 2, maybe 3. We don't know.
Yeah, let's see.
So, did you make your research, man?
Yeah, it didn't have any guest players
No,
on.
it didn't.
Because it
I
was
remember.
exclusive on
Yes.
PS2.
Like I was talking before.
Yeah, you did.
Like what?
Like I said before.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. You know it that we recorded, right?
I know. I'm counting on that. Ooh, let's talk about some honorable mentions from some games we like. I wanna talk about the Power Rangers from Super Nintendo,
Bandai, made by Bandai.
made by Bandai. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the
Fighters
Konami
by Konami.
license
By Konami.
games.
Yes.
Some I wanna say about the crazy game from Nintendo 64.
That you don't remember.
Yeah, I don't
Street
remember
Fighter.
the name.
Oh,
no.
yeah, okay.
The Japanese Power Rangers thing. I don't know. I remember the name. It's a really nice and beautiful game, guys.
If you remember how-
remember the
If you
name.
remember any other retro
Yeah.
game until the PS2 era, please send us, man. With maybe
Tatsunoko,
yeah,
versus
Tatsunoko
Capcom.
versus Capcom,
Smash Bros.
Smash
Smash
Bros.
Bros.
We again.
We forgot
We
about
forgot
Smash
Smash Bros. And
Yeah.
it's fuck.
It's awesome because they changed it how fighting
They created
games.
a subgenre on the fighting games.
Yes, exactly.
The chaos fighting games.
Yeah.
And well, as you're saying honorable mentions, how about Star Wars Episode 3? That was kind of a crappy game based on the movie, but I like it really much. But it had a dual mode, where you could fight your little friend around.
And that was
And
very
that's
good. I
really,
remember.
really
It was
really
fun, man.
fun.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
It was not complicated or
No,
it's a
full
simple
of
game.
And it
different
had
mechanics,
some
but it was good.
very crazy special moves. I mean, you had Darth Vader and old Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you could do a special move with Ben Kenobi that he simply stop attacking and poses like the movie. And when you strike, only his robe fell. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun.
And then, do you have any games? Other
Yeah, no,
games?
I think we can
No?
close it.
Oh, I want to say about Darkstalkers that I would like to
To return,
have a
please.
return or reboot or anything.
Please, Capcom, use.
Yeah.
Your
And I
magic-
remember another game that I really loved on the PS1 and the Dreamcast, Psychic Force.
I don't know this game.
I
It was
don't
very
remember this game.
different. Like you had your characters had psychic powers, and
If I see
You were
any YouTube
flying
mention, I
in a
might
cube.
remember.
and they made a version with the X anime characters that I have. And there was another one for the PS1 that was kind of similar called the Strega. I love it.
I think I remember that.
It's weird.
Because I played a lot of PS1, although I only got the PS2 on my house.
Yeah, but anyways, I would like to see Darkstalkers again because I love Darkstalkers. You know,
I love Morgan
you
and
know
Felicia.
huh?
I love Morgan and Felicia.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah, me too.
I love Lord Raptor. So, anyways,
Yeah, man, that was some retro fighting games. Well,
that's
Yeah,
it.
guys,
That's it.
subscribe on
so subscribe on
Kamui
Kamui
channel.
Plays.
Follow us
On
on
Spotify.
Yeah, remember the
We are
link for
trying
the
to-
Spotify is gonna be on the description.
Yeah,
Right.
add us on the
Add us
PS4. Send some friend requests. Let's be friends. Let's play together.
Especially Monster Hunter.
Yes, if you
let's
play Monster Hunter, please.
Hunter with us. And that's it, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. And
That's
later,
it.
Rick.
Thanks, guys. See ya. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.